Yeah. It's a full-time job with no benefits. Too many ego, too many fits. Count money with a side of stress.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Stu Khalil back with another video. Today we're talking about fuck. What are we talking about? Nigga, goddamn. Cosmetics. Shit, I'm starting this over again. Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Stu Khalil back with another video. Today we're talking about cosmetic surgery and how it is not good at all. Listen, if you've ever been called ugly, I was called ugly all my life through high school, through middle school, all the time. I was fat, I was ugly, I was a nerd, I was all the things. I wanted to change a lot of things about myself. So I went to work on myself. I went to the gym. I did a lot of things, but I never once thought about chopping any parts of my body off and doing anything like that. I did learn how to speak better when I'm in situations that's not my own motherfucking channel, motherfucker. Anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the collegianaires. That's what I call my twins and the friends that's locked in. If you are not yet a collegianaire, hit the like, share, subscribe, become one of the tribe. We on a ride to 1K, man. Let's slide. Leo Hansen. Shout out to Leo Hansen for making content so we can react to it. Man, let's get to the video.
We live in a world where cosmetic surgery isn't taboo anymore. Injectable fillers are more normal than getting a facial, and social media overflows with before and after pictures making surgery look as easy as possible. But behind the glamorous after photos lie tons of hidden risks that can leave people disfigured, in constant pain, or even hospitalized. In today's video, I'm sharing true horror stories of plastic surgery gone terribly wrong. Everything from unlicensed injectors sending unsuspecting.
See, she speak real proper, y'all. If y'all want somebody that speak real proper, y'all go like, share, and subscribe to her page. I want to see her run up now because that's what y'all like. Y'all like the super proper speaking people. That's what she got. That's what she doing. That's her vibe. That's not how we do over here. I'm one of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? I'm Moses in the book, you know what I mean? You don't know what I'm talking about? Let's keep going.
Patients to the emergency room, all the way to botched nose jobs leading to life-altering deformities. By the end, my hope is that you leave here being more informed and a little bit more cautious, because one wrong move in this industry can cost you far more than just money. Ladies and gentlemen, please buckle up, because today's video, it's not gonna be pretty. Cosmetic procedures are more accessible now than ever before. Clinics pop up on every corner selling you these incredible deals, and social media is filled with influencer endorsements. But while it's easier to get quick lip filler or even a quick nose job, it is even easier today to fall into the hands of unlicensed practitioners. And I know you're probably thinking on the other side of the screen, nah, not me, I won't fall for that. I know a scam when I see one. But in the era of social media, it is far too easy for people to steal content and use it to sell scam products or services.
What's this doctor talking about? This thing is clearly fake.
It's not my account. The videos are stolen. These are not.
Plus, sometimes regulations can be so minimal, it seems like
Nah, hold on. Wait, what? So my mom's Facebook page got hacked and they doing some shit like that. She had a small business or whatever too. And I don't know what the fuck, like, what people are doing when it comes to shit like that. How are they getting away with this? Is there not any way to stop this at all? Because we tried to promote, we tried to like, report the shit and try to get it shut down. Facebook still got the page up, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like Facebook, by the way. Shout out to YouTube for doing the right thing. Like, share, subscribe.
absolutely anybody could just purchase filler online, open up some cheap workspace, and start injecting people with absolutely no license. And then start injecting these unsuspecting clients. It's terrible. Just look what happened to this person.
Story time on an alleged scamming plastic surgeon. Here we go. Let's start off with how I even knew about this surgeon. I had a friend. She went to go see this certain plastic surgeon. She was raving about the work and I really, really liked them too. So I went to go on this person's Instagram, the surgeon's Instagram, to look at his work. I booked a breast aug consultation, paid my $100, which it could have went to surgery fees if I went through with the surgery. I seen the surgeon, talked about himself. He was pretty cocky actually. It was to the point where I feel like he was putting the other surgeons down that was in the area. And so I was just like, okay, well, let's go through with it. So we go into the examine room to go get my girls looked at. He comes in, measures my boob because there's a level to droopness that you're like, that would not qualify you for a breast aug. If you know, you know. Takes one look at my breast and he was like, yeah, you're gonna have to get a second opinion on that because I can't operate on that, unfortunately. I fucking left the office sobbing because he had me thinking my boobs were not fixable. What he could have said was, I don't feel confident enough to give you a breast aug that you will be happy about. How about you go find another surgeon, get a second opinion, but I actually do recommend you getting a breast lift. I did not know that breast lift was a thing until I became a plastics nurse myself, which was like 3 years ago. He basically took my money, took my $100, didn't even give me like an advice, like a medical advice. He said was, go get a second opinion. I can't work on you. Fast forward to now, I applied for a plastics office. I didn't know he works there. I was just like, wait, why does that name sound so familiar? I was texting my coworker during the time, told her about this, and then she was like, wait, are you talking about so-and-so clinic? Don't work there. Don't work there, because there's a certain surgeon that got sued because he was basically scamming the patient, was stealing the patient's rebate. And I'm guessing that there was like a promotion going on with the implants or something, and the patients get a rebate, but then he got to pocket it. The article I was reading, apparently he was also buying reviews. He was photoshopping his work.
Now, this plastic surgeon that she's mentioning in the video apparently isn't one at all. If you go to the comment section, you would not believe what you see on this video. Guys, it is so much darker than you think. He's not even a plastic surgeon. He completed his fellowship with AACS, which is not recognized by the ABMS, which is the main governing body for surgeons. And then look at this. Allure Aesthetic Seattle, NW Face and Body, Kirkland Bellevue, and the Gallery of Cosmetic Surgery, Linwood, are all owned by the same person. All locations have a handful of alarming reviews. So I decided to look up these clinics and see what these bad reviews are all about. And this is what I got. I've had surgeries by several cosmetic surgeons and have always been very happy. Some of those plastic surgery offices have called the doctors here and at Allure, the same company, a chop shop. I did not listen. I thought it would be hard to mess up, and it was cheap. Oh my gosh, this is terrible, you guys. I was wrong. My body is ruined. First off, this particular procedure, we never did a consult. It was relayed through Isabel, his coordinator. He said I needed to pay extra to make it all look good. I thought this meant he would make it match my stomach. You cannot do a Mons lift without making it match the same stomach area. I booked the surgery thinking he'd be at the pre-op appointment like normal. He wasn't. I was sent to Linwood and didn't get to talk about it. Ludwig Allegra also told me to get in great shape to have the surgery. This should also mean that my surgery should look good if I gained weight as well. And if I needed a tummy tuck, he would have turned me away, not done a half job. The stitches are way too tight and uncomfortable. The skin was hiked up too far, and the pictures speak for itself. The other aspect that I am livid about is this. I came in to request a revision and see what he can do. All other surgeons offer a free revision if not up to par. He spoke over me when I was voicing my concerns, gaslighted me, and was very rude. He offered to do lipo for $2,000, which would not even fix it. They never came back to get me from the room, and I left his office in tears. I wish I never did this. I didn't even need anything. Be in mind that if you're reading reviews, this company was sued and we were sent restitution because in their contract it stated you could not write an honest or bad review, and now you can. I've posted some pictures of the scar. There are so many red flags that are already arising when I read some sort of review like this. The fact that this person was not at a pre-op appointment, the fact that they were not allowed to have any sort of negative reviews, the fact that it was known as a cheap procedure. You guys, there is no such thing as cheap in the world of surgery. You not only are paying for the plastic surgeon's time and their service, you have to pay for the anesthesiologist if you are being put under general anesthesia. And say, for example, if you're doing implants, you're paying for the implants themselves. None of this is cheap. This is all very expensive time and work and effort. If you're staying an entire day to heal after your surgery, that's also going to cost you a lot of money. Almost 3 months ago, I had a tummy tuck with Dr. Allegra. I removed some of the leftover skin from my abdomen, but I still complain about my sagging abdomen, and I don't cut the lateral parts of my abdomen that reformed this horrible, looked like a kindergartner's child made a heart. I was also excited to be able to wear a swimsuit again, and I'm upset that I spent $12,000 on something that was a total disappointment, where I told him about my discomfort and he said that everything is perfect. This man is literally doing surgery where women are left uncomfortable in their own skin. They can't even move. The stitches hurt. I'm getting angry. They called to tell me that they know that I'm not happy with my surgery and that they can only fix my belly button, that the facility I have is part of my body, and that the sides look like a flat tire are fine. That's part of the silhouette. And they show me the before and after so I can agree to see how my abdomen was before and now. And I know there is a difference, but it's not a perfect surgery. This is not, no, this is horrible. Now, let me just start off by saying that, of course, not all doctors are scammers. There are incredible doctors and incredible plastic surgeons out there. And I'm sure that many are very legit. Just look at this comment. Oh, I have a consult with them on the 27th with Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel is amazing, and I work with him personally for 2 years. Most likely, there are legit doctors that are working at a clinic that is owned by a really scammy person like this Dr. Allegra. So surprisingly, this is actually a lot more common than you think. And it's happening all over the world, not just the USA. Now, I am not kidding when I say that thousands of people are flocking to countries like Turkey, South Korea, and more, all because the
I gotta stop because some shit just said was cool. Like, it'd be people that are better than the people working under the motherfuckers, right? So y'all be thinking just because a nigga got the best clout and he the biggest people or he the one on top, that he's automatically the best. And you should disregard the person that works for him or under him or beneath him or around him. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the person that works underneath the person maybe just didn't have the money or whatever the case may be, but they are working and doing a better job. But you're not giving them a chance to succeed and thrive because you keep giving all your money to the scammers that employ them. And then you want to tear the whole shit down at the end instead of helping out a friend. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Plastic surgery there is cheaper. Now, of course, you guys already know about medical tourism. We've talked about this so many times on my channel, but this is something we have to discuss. POV, or Middle Eastern family, goes to Turkey to get plastic surgery. First of all, unreal noses, sorry. The whole family. 10 days later, my one big happy botched family is the caption. It's not sad that they did something to feel more confident. It's sad that our society made them think that they weren't good enough before. Their noses were gorgeous. Sorry, queen. And this is the actual name. Medical tourism. Medical tourism can seem like the most obvious choice. Lower costs, quick appointments, and a vacation environment. Flight, hotel, surgery for less than what a single procedure might cost at home. And at the end of it, patients go home with a perfect transformation at a fraction of the price. But cheaper doesn't always mean safer. Unless you're doing thorough research, verifying the clinic's certification, and ensuring the surgeon's track record, you could be putting your health and your face at a very high risk. Language barriers, fewer legal protections, and the inability to easily go back to the doctor for quick follow-ups can compound the risks exponentially if something goes wrong. So what happens when you act?
No, you gotta talk about the language barriers for sure. Because I be doing shit like with people that speak English. And they be misunderstanding. Now, come on, it's me now. I mean, I know I'm not easily understood. But I'm talking about other people. I'm speaking up for y'all now. You know, they don't be understanding y'all all the time. They be misunderstanding you when you say you want this and this and that. So only imagine that, but maximize, because these niggas don't know what the fuck you talking about at all. You know what I'm saying? And so now you trying to talk to them about what procedures you need done. And they're like, yeah, I can do for you. I can, whatever. I ain't trying to, I'm not gonna get canceled. But, you know, they can do it for you real quickly because they don't want to get your money. But they not really listening to what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, y'all. The language barrier is a very big situation we need to think about.
Actually end up botched during this medical tourism. Of course, you go home and you pay double the price to fix all of the mistakes. And sometimes being botched can actually be the least of your problems.
A mum has claimed a clinic in Turkey charged her $8,000 in hospital fees after they botched her mummy makeover, then threatened to hold her hostage if she didn't cough up the cash. Holly Guest travelled to the country earlier this month to undergo tummy tuck, breast implants with uplift, and liposuction operations known as a mummy makeover. Holly, who lives in Grimsby, Lincolnshire, stumbled upon one Turkish clinic on Facebook that had glowing reviews of its mummy makeovers and paid £7,900 for the operation. When she refused to pay, the mum claimed staff threatened to block her returning home by cancelling their flight unless she paid the extra charge. Fearing that the clinic might be able to do this as they had her flight number and passport details, Holly claimed she rushed to the airport and booked another flight to flee the country as quickly as possible. Holly now faces further surgeries to remove the 3 hematomas in her stomach doctors discovered back in the UK.
That's right. She was fully held hostage, and all of this for a mommy makeover? And she's not the only one that's suffering from the consequences.
The cut a litre of pus from my bum cheek.
Geordie Shore's Sophie has revealed she nearly died from botched butt lift surgery in Turkey. She's had to have reconstructive surgery and told people don't get a BBL.
Pus? Oh my god!
A British girl has died after undergoing weight loss surgery in Turkey, and she posted her whole journey on TikTok.
It feels crazy to say that out loud because I've wanted this for so long.
20-year-old Morgan Ribeiro flew to Turkey for a gastric sleeve earlier this month. She spent £2,500 on a procedure that could have cost her 11 grand in the UK. But on the flight home, Morgan went into septic shock. Doctors discovered that her small intestine had been cut, causing a deadly infection. The thing is, weight loss surgeries in Turkey come with more risks than with the NHS, but a rising number of people are flying out for them. After all, with NHS waiting lists, it could be years before you access one here for free, if you qualify at all. And Morgan had faced a lot of bullying over her weight, which her mum says she's always battled with. She doesn't want this to happen to another daughter, saying, "I don't want her life to be in vain."
PTSD and literal death? Where is the line drawn here? Is this really what the girlies are putting themselves through and risking their lives for just to pay 20% lower prices? In the worst cases, patients wake up with unexpected changes. A different implant size, a nose shape they didn't request, or major nerve damage. And once you've left the country, follow-up or legal recourse can be nearly impossible. And that's of course not to say that every clinic abroad is shady, of course not. There are legitimate high...
What was that nigga going for? What? Y'all know what? You know, I'm not gonna finish this. I can't. Y'all got it. I'm gonna put the link in the description as always. If y'all want to check out the rest of Leo Hansen's video, man, shout out to Leo Hansen for making video so we can react to it. Content, whatever. It's on the internet. Shout out to her for doing that shit. Shout out to y'all for making it to the far end of the video. This far in the video. If you are here, you are a millionaire. That's what I call my twins and the friends that's locked in. I love y'all. Don't forget we are live, so don't be talking about me, man. You a jive turkey now. No, I'm just playing. I don't know what that means, by the way. I just learned that the other day. I heard some old nigga say that shit, so I can make people think I'm old when I say it. I love y'all. Peace.